Twitter employee caught red-handed days before conservative shadow ban. Posting to Twitter these days seems to be problematic at best for conservatives. A number of prominent conservatives claim to have been shadow banned. Some are even taking legal action after complaining to Twitter directly about the censorship. Twitter has said they have fixed the issue and is claiming that certain cases were mistakes that have now been corrected. However, the issue is persistent and many are quite upset over it. There is alleged proof as well that there are those at Twitter that know this is occurring and are part of it. Twitter senior engineering manager Ronna Brown posted a tweet that called White House social media director Dan Scavino Jr. racist and anti-immigrant not long before Twitter shadow banned multiple prominent conservatives. "You're sick," seemed to be on a bit of a racist, anti-immigrant bender Dan, Brown replied on July 14 to a tweet that Scavino put out there on immigrant and custom enforcement arrests of human smugglers. Scavino's tweet was pertinent and timely because it links to a nice press release that announced the arrest of 18 illegal immigrant smugglers, as well as multiple illegal immigrants with prior arrests for driving under the influence, fraud and child endangerment. The Brown tweet came 11 days before Twitter was called on the carpet for shadow banning conservatives. The practice is a way of censoring conservatives by hiding their identities from those that follow them. The conservative users' names are blocked from appearing in a drop-down search bar. It's a practice that has been going on for quite a while on Twitter. Of course, Twitter officials are saying this has nothing to do with politics. To be clear, our behavioral ranking doesn't make judgments based on political views or the substance of tweets, product lead Kayvon Beckper tweeted Wednesday. But that's not the way it appears to be on Twitter, thus the lawsuits. It is pretty clear to most conservatives out there that Twitter has a severe liberal bent, and the fact that liberals founded the social media platform and many that are hired by Twitter are liberals themselves, bolsters this argument. Beckper himself has tweeted that President Trump's executive order suspending visas from certain countries was shameful, racist and unintelligible. Twitter was asked about why they would employ the practice of shadow banning. A spokesperson referred to a May 15 blog post that cites troll-like behavior as a reason users may not show up in search drop-down menus. In other words, Twitter is deciding who is and isn't a troll and what is and isn't fake news. It just so happens that it appears they seem to view conservatives and Trump supporters as such. What we're talking about today are troll-like behaviors that distort and detract from the public conversation on Twitter, the post states. We're tackling issues of behaviors that distort and detract from the public conversation in those areas by integrating new behavioral signals into how tweets are presented. In my book, that's called censorship. Vice is the outlet that broke this story in the first place. They are now reporting that as of last Thursday, prominent Republicans no longer seem to be shadow banned. That would include the Republican Central Committee Chair Ronna McDaniel, Reps. Mark Meadows, Jim Jordan, and Matt Gaetz, and Trump Jr.'s spokesman Andrew Surabian. The search menu also did not display the verified profile of Representative Devin Nunes of California. From Vice. The Republican Party Chair Ronna McDaniel, several conservative Republican congressmen, and Donald Trump Jr.'s spokesman no longer appear in the auto-populated drop-down search box on Twitter, Vice News has learned. It's a shift that diminishes their reach on the platform, and it's the same one being deployed against prominent racists to limit their visibility. The profiles continue to appear when conducting a full search, but not in the more convenient and visible drop-down bar. The accounts appear to also populate if you already follow the person. Democrats are not being shadow banned in the same way, according to a Vice News review. McDaniel's counterpart, Democratic Party Chair Tom Perez, and liberal members of Congress, including Reps. Maxine Waters, Joe Kennedy III, Keith Ellison, and Mark Bocan, all continue to appear in drop-down search results. Not a single member of the 78% Progressive Caucus faces the same situation in Twitter's search. The notion that social media companies would suppress certain political points of view should concern every American, McDaniel told Vice News in a statement. Twitter owes the public answers to what's really going on. Presented with screenshots of the searches, a Twitter spokesperson told Vice News, We are aware that some accounts are not automatically populating in our search box and shipping a change to address this. Asked why only conservative Republicans appear to be affected and not liberal Democrats, the spokesperson wrote, "I'd emphasize that our technology is based on account behavior, not the content of tweets. It is troubling and very concerning that it was happening in the first place and that it took an honest media outlet to uncover and stop it. So far, Twitter is not commenting on all of this." House Majority Leader Kevin McCarthy of California told Vice News in a statement, "The bias has to stop. Yes, it does and should never have been an issue to begin with, according